Hi. How are you doing today, my friend? Welcome back to the Two Wheels Paradise. My name is Meshack Samson. As usual, welcome to the channel. Here we are today, recording from some quarter in Kiambu County, and we have a very serious discussion. Today's discussion is something that you need to consider the next time you take your bike out. Yeah, we are talking about some of the most dangerous roads to ride a motorcycle in Kenya. Some of the most dangerous roads to ride your bike in Kenya. Have you subscribed to the channel so far? Yeah, I know you have been watching my videos and I thank you so much for that. Thank you for taking your time, for the effort you have made to actually be with me on this channel. And here is the list of the roads that you have to be a little bit more careful when you're riding your motorcycle in Kenya. Let us start with the notorious Garissa Highway. This is a road that stretches from Thika town all the way to Garissa town and then proceeds to Lamu and to some parts of Wajir, northeastern. The most dangerous part of this road is somewhere after Kidhimani. No Kidhimani? Yes. Is that Machakos Junction, a town called Kidhimani. Between Kidhimani and somewhere in Mwingi, somewhere close to Mwingi. Kidhimani to Mwingi. Mwingi is some of the last towns in Kitui County as you approach Garissa County. Kidhimani is in Machakos, then we have Mwingi, which is in Kitui, going to Garissa. This road is dangerous because of the buses, the long distance buses. These people have no respect. So when you're riding your motorcycle along that road, just be very careful whenever you see a bus approaching. Specifically buses. Yeah, we have some few other characters who drive Probox here and there, but the most dangerous crew is the bus drivers. Those buses from the northeastern. They will push you out of the lane, go ahead to blow those trumpets on you, and at some point, they will even follow you to the trenches where you run to. Yeah, some characters have no manners, completely no manners. So Garissa Highway, after Thika Makogen, you go to Gatuanyaga, Landress, that area, you go to Kantafu. After that, you go to Malaa somewhere. You go all the way to Yata, the NYS zone. You just keep moving. Then there's that town called Kidhimani. After that town, start to check your side mirrors because most of the times they approach from behind you. Keep an eye on that one. The second road, the most notorious one, is the Mombasa Highway. Mombasa Highway, we are talking about Machakos Junction all the way to Mariakani. It's more than 400 kilometers. Yeah, close to 400 kilometers. You have to keep your eyes on the road. And this is because of one group of drivers. The drivers hired to drive fresh import vehicles from Mombasa Port, from the yards to Nairobi and other parts of the upcountry. When you import a vehicle or you buy your vehicle from those dealers at the coast, most of the times they have their own drivers who drive those vehicles up to this side. Second group of the notorious drivers along Mombasa Highway are the truck drivers, the long distance trailer drivers. You see, this is a Mercedes Actros 18-wheeler, another Actros 18-wheeler. This is a two-way traffic road. Then someone decides to overtake the other trailer with another trailer just as you approach them. You have no chance of even running away. You even have no chance of running away. Mombasa Highway, just keep an eye on it. The third group is the bus drivers. We have so many buses flying along the Mombasa highway, taking people to Kilifi, Malindi, taking people to Mombasa, Ukunda. Yeah, these buses, you need a third eye. You need a third eye, because I don't know why all the indiscipline. I really don't understand all this indiscipline, but it really happens. So as you ride from Nairobi to Mombasa, from Mombasa to Nairobi, just keep an eye. Keep an eye on the road. Yeah, that is one of the roads that you can easily die. The other road is the Eldoret-Nakuru highway. My friend, if you have been to that side, you bear me witness that it is extra hard to ride your motorcycle between Eldoret town and Nakuru. And sometimes it stretches all the way to Kinungi. Yeah, to Kinungi. Just very close to Lemuru. That side is difficult. So now it becomes a troublesome when you're coming all the way from Mombasa, or you are heading to Mombasa from Nyanza, because it is the same road that passes through Eldoret, Nakuru, all the way. You can come from Kisumu and decide to go to Eldoret. You can come from Kisumu, Busia somewhere, and just decide to come through Muhoroni all the way to Rodiani. You can go to Kelisho. You have a lot of options. But that road from, especially from Burnt Forest coming all the way to Sachagoan, Salga, you just come to Nakuru, go past Lanet, then you start climbing up as you approach Naivasha. Yeah, it's quite troublesome. I don't know why people seem to be in so much of a hurry while driving through those routes, but yeah, you need to be a bit careful when you are on that road. Between Burnt Forest all the way coming to Kinungi. Yeah, just be a little bit careful. The fourth one, the notorious Mai Mahiu Mutarakwa Road. Mai Mahiu escarpment. I don't know how this one missed number one. Yeah, if you have ever been through that road, you know, you need extra grace of God to survive. Between Mutarakwa in Limuru, just somewhere around Genia Boys High School. There's a school called Genia Boys. Just near where the tanker, the LPG tanker exploded like a year ago. We had a recent incident where an LPG tanker rolled, and then people tried to rescue 1212 here and there, tried to carry up that LPG gas cylinder, that's the truck cylinder. But unfortunately it burst into flames and burnt some people's houses and stuff like that. It's just some few meters from Genia Boys High School. When you go past Genia Boys, now you are starting to get steeper hills. You are approaching the escarpment now. You go past the Mutarakwa zone. After that, then you get into the escarpments. The distance between Mutarakwa and Mai Mahiu town is somewhere close to 17 kilometers. Somewhere around 17 kilometers. And those 17 kilometers are pure hell. 17 kilometers which are very difficult to ride your motorcycle. Very difficult. We have a group of drivers who drive a very specific vehicle. Isuzu FSR. Isuzu FSR. Those guys who transport sand from Mai Mahiu to Nairobi. Isuzu FSR. Very difficult characters to deal with. Very, very difficult characters to deal with. Isuzu FSR. Then we have truck drivers, the trailer drivers. Mercedes Actros, Scania, FAO. Yeah. Someone is transporting 40 ton and they have no patience. Downhill, they have no patience. Overtaking on corners and a lot of things. Mai Mahiu Mutarakwa Road is especially in its category. That load is dangerous. That load is dangerous. Yeah, it's quite a dangerous road. It's quite a dangerous road. The other one is Muhoroni Rodiani. As you come from Kisumu, then you choose not to go to Kericho town. You want to go through Muhoroni, it will bring you all the way to Rodiani. And then from there, you can take some few corners, some few junctions, and then you find yourself on the notorious Eldoret-Nairobi highway. The one we just talked about, Eldoret-Nakuru. As you approach that road from Kisumu side, you have to pass through Rodiani. And if you remember, like a month ago, there was a trailer that hit some vehicles and killed a lot of people. There were over 50. Just one evening, over 50 lives messed up. That place, yeah, something else. That road is something else. People have this habit of freewheeling. Heavy trucks, freewheeling. Someone is trying to think about saving fuel somehow, then they put the truck on neutral. Very dangerous. And that road has curves. Let me talk about curves. Corners. That road has twisties. Rodiani Muhoroni, that one is not funny. It is not funny. It is not funny. And especially as you go to Muhoroni, you know there is a town called Ahero. As you approach Kisumu, between Muhoroni and Ahero, there's a part of that road that is seriously worn out. Potholes in corners and a lot of stuff. That road looks messed up. But people still speed up. They still speed up. They still speed up. I was there like 2 months ago. That road is horrible. But people are still speeding up, especially bus drivers. Those people who are going to Nyanza. You need to be extra careful as you approach that section. Muhoroni to Rodiani. I've been to Kisumu a couple of times and I like the way Kisumu drivers behave. Those people who are in the locality, not the ones who go through Kisumu to other places. The people from the locality. There is a lot of respect in Kisumu town. Drivers will not push you off. There is that behavior somewhere in Nakuru town, around the central business district, Nakuru town. There is that very friendly behavior you find that is not found in Nairobi. That behavior is not found in Mombasa. Mombasa and Kilifi drivers are something different. Someone can clearly see this is a sharp corner. I don't know what is happening on the other side of the corner, but they have no guts to even sit and think twice about what they are about to do. Mombasa, Kilifi drivers, yeah. And that is the same behavior you find along Nyeri. So you go to Nyeri from Thika. It's the same behavior, but fortunately these days we have a dual carriage. It has made things a little bit easier. Has made things a little bit friendly. After the Muhoroni Rodiani, we have the Mwea Meru Highway. Yet, let's now talk about the infamous Miraa drivers. The Miraa drivers. As you go to Meru, obviously you go through the Nairobi Nyeri Highway for a record 70 kilometers from somewhere around Roysambu. Yeah, if you come from Nairobi CBD, you expect to do around 85 kilometers. You get to a town called Makutano. After Makutano, then you branch from the Nyeri Highway, and now you go to the eastern side. The Mwea, Guruvani, all the way, Samson Corner. From there, you're going to Embu. From Embu, you are going to Tharaka Nithi County. From Tharaka Nithi County, now you go to Meru. And if you go through that road without branching anywhere else, you will find yourself back in Nairobi. You know how? From Makutano, go to Mwea, all the way to Embu, Tharaka Nithi, along the main highway. Don't branch anywhere. You go past Meru town, you will find yourself in a place called Timau. So many kilometers from Meru town, Timau. Timau is a town that is close to the junction that goes to Isiolo. Yeah, Isiolo town. If you don't branch to Isiolo, now you are taking a curve around Mount Kenya, and now you are coming to Nanyuki town. From Nanyuki town, Narumoru, we have Kiganjo, we have Chaka, all the way. Those towns coming to Nyeri town, you can choose not to go to Nyeri town and branch through Marwa. Yeah. After you cross River Tana, then you join the main Nyeri Nairobi highway, and then you come back. It's a whole curve around Mount Kenya. That zone is dangerous in its category because of miraa drivers. These are drivers who drive like it is their last day to hold a steering wheel. Yeah, these are people with very special behavior when it comes to speed. So if you're riding your motorcycle along that route, you have to be quite careful because you don't know what speed this person is doing. This Hilux is doing over 150 kilometers an hour, and it is not one, maybe 4 of them. And they are coming, they are on the wrong side, full light, something different. I come from Nyeri, of course, I have to use that route as I go home, but I don't branch to Mwea. I just go through Makutano, Sagana, then all the way. But between Makutano and Thika, thank God we have a dual carriageway these days. And even if we have the dual carriageway, if you're coming to Nairobi, on that side of dual carriage, these people are coming from behind you. 150 kilometers an hour, they are coming from behind you. And it is not funny. Honestly, it is not funny. It is seriously not funny. We have the Busia-Kisumu highway. Let's go back to Nyanza. Let's go back to Nyanza for a minute. Nyanza is a very beautiful place. Very, very beautiful place. But there is the road that connects Busia to Kisumu. People traveling from Uganda, I don't know why all the hurry. Yeah. Speed is something. Speed is something. And those are people who do not reside in either Busia or Kisumu. These are people who are traveling across those towns to somewhere else. Yeah, they have a habit of seriously speeding. Let's look at another road that is called Emali or Oitoktok. You see, as you go to Mombasa, there are those towns from Nairobi, of course. You go to Machakos Junction. After Machakos Junction, there is Konza. After Konza, you go all the way. There are towns called Salama. There are some few towns around there. And then there is a town called Emali. Emali. And as you approach Emali, there is a junction to the right side. A very big junction that goes all the way to Kilimanjaro. And it goes to Kilimanjaro through a major town called Oloitoktok, which is quite far. Oloitoktok is quite far from Emali town, so many kilometers. That road is open, empty, and deserted. And mark you, that road has wildlife. Yes, it has wildlife. That is a road you can just get an antelope crossing from nowhere. A zebra is crossing from nowhere. You never saw it coming. An elephant is just next to you. That is a road that people have witnessed lions hunting in broad daylight. That road is something different. It is very beautiful, very, very beautiful. and it takes you all the way to Tanzania. Takes you all the way to Tanzania. There are so many beautiful places, especially in the jungles of Kimana. Yeah, there is a town called Tarakea. As you cross the border from Kenya now into Tanzania, there is a town called Tarakea. Some beautiful places you can visit, but you have to be very careful as you approach that side, because that road, people have a behavior of overspeeding because it is empty. Overspeeding. It is within Kajiado County, I believe. Yes, it is within Kajiado County. And people have a habit of overspeeding. So now you are overspeeding. There is the likeliness that you might find wildlife. You might find wildlife. There is also a possibility of you'll find a vehicle that broke down and someone just recklessly parked it because they believe this place is not busy. Especially if you are driving, you're riding your motorcycle at night, try and avoid Oloitoktok Emali route. It is not good. It is not good. And talking about Kajiado County, I can add another one road that you have to use an extra eye. The Kiserian Magadi route. You know that road that goes to Lake Magadi? Be a little bit careful if you want to be on that side. That road is deserted in the middle of a jungle. The surface of the road is horrible. Horrible. It's like you are driving on a Maram road, but it is concrete. Something you cannot even explain. It is horrible. And it also has wildlife. So if you're going to Magadi, be a little bit careful. Be a little bit careful. I have been there like 6 times on a motorcycle. Yeah, it is not funny. Between Kiserian and Magadi is almost 100 kilometers of pure jungle. Kona Baridi or Tepes, something, some funny names. Yeah, as you get to Magadi, it is not funny. Lastly, in this list is a road that has been categorized by NTSA as the most dangerous road in Kenya. Like in the last 1 year, it has had its crown as the most dangerous road in Kenya. This is a road we call the Northern Bypass. Northern Bypass is this road that connects Ruaka and Ruiru. Ruaka and Ruiru. It is less than 30 kilometers. I believe so, it's less than 30 kilometers. But that road, something different. This is a road that has very, very indisciplined drivers. Recklessness is on prime level. And again, people drive along this route drunk, especially on weekends. This is a road that you'll find an accident out of nowhere. Somebody has been crushed by a vehicle. Some Buddha guy is at a truck. Some vehicle just veered off the road and in some suburbs, in some slums, especially around Githogoro area. Githogoro is within Runda, between Ruaka and Kiabu Road. That place called Githogoro. It's very dangerous. And then you come after that one, after Githogoro, you are past Runda now, you are past Kiabu Road, the overpass. There is another place between Windsor Golf Club and a place called Maruroi. Ooh. Deaths every day. Someone has to get either injured or dead between Windsor Golf Club and Maruroi. There is a place they have just erected some bumps that had actually turned out to be a black spot near a club called Achaki. There was an Achaki black spot, but recently they have erected some bumps to slow people down because it became something different. That road comes all the way to a place called Membre, and Membre now you get to the head of the Northern Bypass There is an intersection with a roundabout. Then you get into the dual carriageway, which now is called the Eastern Bypass. All the way from a place called OJ in Roiro to the airport. That route between Waka and airport, as you come through Northern Bypass and then you go to Eastern Bypass, that takes you all the way to Airport North Road in Embakasi, it is not good. It is not good. It is not good. But did I say the last one? No, that one is not the last one. There was the last one that you know, the Outer Ring Road. The Outer Ring Road. This is a road, this is a dual carriage that connects the edge of Embakasi, where we had Taj Mahal some years ago, and GSU headquarters in Allsops. That goes through Kariobangi, down home, further. Yeah, there's that road that connects Thika Road from the GSU headquarters and Embakasi, those sides of going to Pipeline. Outer Ring Road is something else. You will be riding and you are on the inner lane, which is supposed to be the high-speed lane. And then out of nowhere, the road comes to an end. Your lane ends. And you have no idea what is the reason behind the engineer deciding to end that lane at that point. Because it doesn't make any sense. Something else that makes this road very dangerous is the fact that human beings, the pedestrians, have completely refused to use the footbridges. That road has footbridges, but pedestrians have refused to use the footbridges. But it is for some obvious reason. Safety. There is a concern about safety when you use the footbridges. There is a concern about safety when you use the footbridges. You might get gagged up and mugged up there. You could get stabbed with a knife, especially in the evening, because Eastland has some of the highest ranking criminals this country has ever seen. People with no mercy at all. They'll just stab you with a knife in the neck just because of a mobile phone, like this one. Yeah. So you can expect why people will not be very willing to use the footbridges. So they cross, jump guardrails, learn 3 lanes, jump guardrail, learn 3 lanes. That is a road that has killed several bikers. Yeah, Outer Ring Road, especially around Kariobangi, Mutindwa, not so nice, not so nice. But that one is just a heads up. We have been riding for years. We will continue riding as God gives us His grace. But some of those roads I have highlighted in this video are roads that you need to be extra careful. Try to avoid any distraction that can make you not focus properly. If you're listening to music on your headsets, whatever it is, intercom, just slow it down, slow it down. Do not admire vehicles, do not admire people who are just crossing, do not admire things. Keep an eye on the road when you are on those roads. Doesn't mean that other roads are safe, but those ones have special reasons why they are unsafe. They are some of the most dangerous roads you can ride your motorcycle. Have you learned something today? Give me the gift of hitting the subscribe button down here. Join the club. Two Wheels Paradise. My name is Meshack. God bless you and keep you. See you around.